Hi everybody. Right now I'm going to go ahead and talk about how to group objects, what grouping objects means, and a little bit about layers in Illustrator and how we're going to work with layers in this class. On my board I have a sketch of a tank top, and as you can see, I'm going to zoom in. It took many paths to create this object. These lines, these little draping lines, are all separate paths. This V-neck shirt is a separate path. This shirt in the back is actually a separate path as well. But when I click on it with my selection tool, the black arrow, all of my paths, all of my objects are selected at the same time, which is really handy when you start working with multiple colors. You have multiple units, you might want to stack them in Illustrator, and it can be very convenient to be able to select it and all the paths in your group are selected at the same time. Every once in a while though, you might need to make a change to one of your drape lines or stitches or who knows what. So to access it, of course in Illustrator, there's always more than one way. Currently, the easiest way is to double click, and it temporarily isolates your object. You can see the other object is now grayed out, so I can't click on it. And then my object is temporarily ungrouped. So when I select it with my black arrow, only each object is being singled out and selected. So this way I have the option to maybe change the color of it if I like. And then, or if I wanted to, move a drape line or do whatever I need to do, I can do that as well. And then when I'm done, all I have to do is just double click and it's back being grouped again as well. So that's a somewhat newer feature on Illustrator. I mean, it's been around for several years now, but if you didn't have that tool, another option is to go up to Object, and then there's Group and Ungroup. Am I in the right thing? There it is. Group or ungroup. But if you ungroup it, it's kind of a pain in the butt to go back and group it again because you have to go select all your objects, and that can get messy if you have another item underneath it. So right now it's just so great to just be able to double click and ungroup an object. As you work in Illustrator more, you'll start to realize how important it is to group your whatever you're drawing on, your drawings. It's very useful. Another thing I want to talk about in this video is about layering. Right now we have our green tank top on top, but maybe you'll change your mind and you'll want the green one on the bottom. There is the tool to go Object, Arrange, and you can send it all the way to the back or just one layer. The thing with Illustrator, I'm going to pull up our little layers panel here. I'm going to let you look at, there's actually a lot of layers. Every path I drew gets its own layer. So if I were to select it back just one layer, it might take me a really long time of hitting that button to get to the right layer. So in Fashion Illustration, I've actually found this tool not to be the most useful, this Arrange, Send it back, Bring to front. Instead, what's a lot more useful is just copying and pasting. I'm going to show you a picture of your keyboard. Let's see here. Pull this up. You can get this on Blackboard, just a picture of your keyboard. Command Copy. I think a lot of you guys have probably used that, or if you're on a PC, Control Copy. You can use it in email, in Word documents, in Excel, and it will copy whatever you have selected. Then you can hit Command V or Control V, and it will paste whatever you just recently copied. It saves it on what they call clipboard. And then Command X. Many of you may have used Command X. X is very similar to C in that X and C, they both copy. X is different than C because while it copies, it also deletes whatever it copied. So in Illustrator, that can be kind of handy. So Illustrator has two other pasting tools. Besides V, it will also have F and B. And I love that all these keys are right next to each other. It makes everything so easy once you start getting to use it. F will paste your object on the very front layer. B will paste it, any guesses? On the back, the very back layer. If you're pasting while something's selected, it'll paste it just right in front of whatever's selected or right behind whatever's selected. So that's really handy. It's a really quick way to move things to the appropriate layer that you need it. Because once you start working in Illustrator, all of a sudden there's tons of layers. So this is a nice, easy way to visually access where you want to place something. Just while we're talking about it, in case you didn't know, if you make a mistake, Command Z, Edit, Undo. Great tool. I wish I had it in real life, to be honest with you. You'll probably be using that a lot, and it's great. I love it. Okay, so let's try this Command X, F, B tool. So again, I'll hit Command X right now. So it just copied my green tank top, and it also deleted it for me, which is kind of nice. So now I'm going to hit Command B. It pasted it exactly in the same place that I copied it from, and it pasted it to the back layer. So that's handy. If I hit Command V, it pasted it just in the center of my screen. So no matter where you are in Illustrator, if you hit Command V, it's always going to paste it in the center. Okay, I'm going to hit Command Z. Now, when I hit Command F or Command B, it's only going to paste it where you copied it from, where V pasted it just in the middle of your screen. So F and B is really handy because sometimes you're just trying to move layers. You're not trying, really to copy it somewhere else. So it's a great tool. We will definitely be using this a lot this semester. Want to make sure you're all familiar with it and understand it. Let's do another example. Let's say I want to take off this little drape line right here, and I want to paste it to the very, let's see here. How about, actually, no, let me draw something else. I'm going to draw, how about a yellow square or lime square? Okay. Right now, my lime square is on the top layer because it was the last thing I drew. How about if I paste it so it's in between the green and orange tank? Do you know how to do that? Can you figure it out? Okay. I'm going to copy and delete it at the same time. So I'll hit Command C or Command X. If you said Command X, you're correct. Command X. Now, if I hit Command B, it pastes it to the very back layer. It's not what I want. I want it in between the two. So I'm going to hit Command Z, Edit, Undo. If I hit Command F, paste it on the front layer, but I want it in between. So I'm going to hit Edit, Undo. If I select this green tank and then hit Command F, what do you think will happen? Look at that. It pasted it in front. I'm going to hit Command Z. What should I hit if my orange tank is selected? Should I hit Command F again? That didn't work. What about Command B? Yes. So it pasted it directly behind the orange tank top. What do you think will happen if I hit Command V right now? Where will this square get pasted? If you said in the middle of the screen, you are correct. So yeah, we're going to play with arranging layers a lot. I know students are always telling me about object arrange, you have all these choices, but honestly, stay away from it. In fashion illustration, we want to be able to work at a quick pace, and most apparel designers are visual people, so I found the Command X, the Command F, the Command B to be so much more efficient, so much quicker, so let's practice that in this class. And that's the end of this video. Thanks.